Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm really shaking things up a bit with a little, I guess you can call it a movie review, or let's call it a movie reflection. I like that a lot. So if you haven't seen Honey Boy, I would suggest that you go see it while it's still in theaters. It is an amazing movie. Like, it was so beautifully shot. It was poetic in moments. It was just heartbreaking in other moments. It was very real. It was a very, very real and very honest story. And it's amazing that Shia is based off of his life as a child actor. And so I just kind of want to reflect and talk about art and childhood trauma and childhood PTSD, because I feel like that's definitely a thing. Who we are as an adult is definitely reflected upon our upbringing in our childhood. When we get to the root of all problems, it goes back to our childhood. And you know why? Because when you go to the root of your parents' problems, it goes back to their childhood, and so on and so forth. And this was just an interesting portrayal on generational curses and traumas just being passed down. And I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist. I did take a couple of classes. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But you know, I'm not licensed in any way. I've been to therapy, I've read countless books, I've been doing the work for years, and this is just my observation. You can, you know, take it in any way you want to take it, but this is just my reflection, and I just wanted to have a conversation about it. So Honey Boy is layered in so many ways. Not only was Otis a child actor, he lived in a motel, rundown motel, with his father, who is a recovering alcoholic and drug addict. Parents are not together, they fight. This young boy has to be a mediator over the phone between the parents. Whew. As beautiful as Honey Boy is, it's a very heavy film. I had to just sit there after the movie for a couple of minutes just to come back. Because man, the pressures that his father's putting on him, because he's the breadwinner. And you have to imagine, and James did touch on this a little bit at the end, but how would you feel if your child is paying you? And that's the only way you could get money, because you're a registered sex offender, you're a failed clown, recovering drug addict, recovering alcoholic. How would you feel? And it really, as horrible as that young boy's life was, at the end of the day, I still was able to have compassion for his father, because that can't be a good feeling. That can't be a good feeling. And when he went to NA or AA, I'm not sure which meeting it was, but when he talked about his childhood trauma and how he got into drugs and his home life growing up, it was just like, oh my gosh, like, generational curses are a real thing. And I just really hope that no matter what that curse is, I just hope that we are the generation that can break that, because it's not good for us, it's not good for our people, it's not good for our children, it's not good for the world. It just begets more destruction. And I feel like we just need more love. We need more compassion. We need more understanding. We need more therapy. Therapy should be free for everybody, especially low-income people, people of color. But I'm not even about to do that today. I'm not even gonna go into that. I'm here to talk about Honey Boy and how amazing that movie was. And I really want to have a conversation with Shia, because this is somewhat your story, and you wrote this in rehab. Like, man, that's heavy. That's heavy. It's so many layers to this movie, y'all. Like, I keep saying it, but it's so true. It's real. There's so many levels to this movie, and it's so good. It makes you think about your life, your childhood, and take into account all that has happened and being grateful. Because at the end of the day, his time in rehab set him free because he was able to unlock all that trauma. And I'm not saying that it's all gone, that he got rid of it, but he's aware of it now. And so once you're aware of something, you're better able to manage it. And so, I mean, that's what therapy is. That's what therapy means to me. Like, you break down, you know, things so you can be able to manage it. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It doesn't mean that, you know, life isn't going to try to deter you or anything like that. But once you're aware of that, you're better able to manage it and not hold yourself accountable for the outcome. It's like you can do your part and that's it. As sad as it is, it was almost like hope at the end, because he was able to leave rehab, and the whole part with him, well, I don't want to spoil it, but I'm not gonna spoil it. Even though it's been out for a couple weeks and you should have seen it by now, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I will say that even though we saw all that stuff, I walked away with a little bit of hope, because everything that happens to you, it makes you the person that you are. And so I think what this movie is, well, I can't speak on it because I'm not Shia, but it, to me, it's almost like a, I don't want to say, not necessarily a thank you, but just like an acknowledgement. Like, all of this made me the person that I am today, and I have the strength, and I'm a strong person because of this. And to me, that was just so beautiful. And when he was going through it in rehab, the line that really just, whoo, he pretty much said like something along the lines of, the only thing that my father gave me was pain, and rehab and therapy is trying to take that away from me. And the way he said it, just, it held so much weight. It held so much weight. It was, that's a loaded phrase, because I'm sure a lot of us can relate to that. Whether it be parents, friends, significant others, just in general, I'm sure we can relate to that. So whether or not you're a child actor or not, which I feel like most of us aren't, whether you live in a motel or not, whether you had an alcoholic father, parents separated, whatever the case, I feel like in some way, shape, or form you can relate to this movie. And it's beautifully shot. Everybody did phenomenal acting. My girl FK Twigs was in it. I'm happy to see her. And you can just really tell that everybody gave it their all. The director, the actors, everybody, they left everything on the table. And that's what made it so beautiful. So I just wanted to come on here and have this discussion. If you saw Honey Boy, let me know what you think. What are your reflections? And let me know if y'all like this. My background is in TV and film. So if y'all like this, I'll keep doing it, because I go to movies all the time. I have AMC A-list, so I stay in the theater. If you liked these reflections, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you think. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.